Have you ever wanted to start running or get back into it, but something held you back? That little voice in your head, the one worried about your knees? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into that age-old idea that running is just a one-way ticket to wrecking your knees.
I mean, you hear it all the time, right? From well-meaning family, maybe even your doctor. But is there any actual truth to it? Does the science back it up? We're about to find out.
And look, that fear is real. The thought that every single step on the pavement is just grinding your joints down, that's a pretty scary thought. But what if? What if the complete opposite is true? What if running doesn't wear our knees down, but actually makes them stronger?
So, we're going to skip the hearsay that my cousin's friend said stuff and go straight to the folks who actually study this, the researchers, the clinics, the leading institutions. Let's see what they've really discovered.
Okay, this first one from the Cleveland Clinic is absolutely key. Check out the distinction they make. They're saying the problem isn't the act of running itself. It's the injuries you might get from running improperly. And get this, done the right way, running might actually lower your risk for arthritis.
So how on earth does that even work? Well, it's pretty cool, actually. Think of the cartilage in your knee like a sponge. When you run, it gets squeezed and compressed. But then, after your run, when you recover, it soaks all that good, nutrient-rich fluid back up. And that whole cycle, that compress and recover process, is what can actually make the cartilage thicker and tougher over time.
And hey, this isn't just some nice theory. A big study out of Stanford followed runners for years and came to a pretty wild conclusion. The people who ran just for fun actually had a lower risk of osteoarthritis than the people who didn't run at all. I mean, that just flips the whole wear and tear idea completely on its head, doesn't it?
So you can see the benefits are really starting to stack up here. It's not just about not damaging your knees, it's about actively making the whole system better. You're strengthening the muscles that support the joint, you're improving bone density, you're basically building a natural internal knee brace. How cool is that? All right, so we've heard from the experts, we've looked at the studies. I think it's time we face this myth head-on and just set the record straight for good. So here it is, the big, scary myth. The one that says running is a destructive force, and with every single step, you're just chipping away at your knees, causing damage you can never, ever fix.
And now, for the reality. The truth is, when you run smart, when you listen to your body and don't push through pain, running doesn't destroy, it builds, it strengthens, it actually makes your knees more resilient.
Okay, the science is great, but what does this actually look like for a real person? Let's take a look at a quick example to bring it all to life.
Let's talk about someone named Radha. She had the exact same worry we've been talking about, but she decided to be smart about it. She didn't just go pound the pavement. No, she started slow, on softer surfaces. She added strength training to build up those key support muscles. And the result? No pain. Instead, she found she had better stability and better endurance. It's such a perfect example of how it's not that you run, but how you run, that makes all the difference.
So all of this brings us to the really important part. How can you do this yourself? How can you get the benefits without the risk? Let's put together a super simple game plan for safe, happy running.
It really just boils down to 4 key things. First up, think about where you're running. A soft trail or a track is way kinder to your joints than concrete. Next, your shoes. Seriously, don't skimp on good, well-fitting shoes. They're your suspension system. Third, you gotta do more than just run. You have to build up those supporting muscles with some strength training. And last, but definitely not least, take it slow. Don't go from 0 to a half marathon in a month. That too much too soon approach, it's the #1 culprit for injuries.
So there you have it. The myth, totally busted. The science? It's pretty clear. That fear that's been holding you back, the one about destroying your knees, well, it doesn't have to anymore. So now that you know the real story, the only question left is, what's stopping you?